Welcome to UNMUZZLED CHAT. Oh, hope you're having a wonderful day. Man, what an amazing episode yesterday. I feel really enlightened. But even with that being said, I feel a whole different way today. I feel there's a lot more we could be doing. So, man, I don't even know what you could call this, but I feel like playing a little good cop, bad cop, doing more calls to action. So with that being said, my question is, listeners, are you happy with the way the world is around you right now? Are you happy? Now, it's not a trick question because we know God has our back. And it's important to live in like real faith and find that peace and happiness in a sense, like not shouldering the world's burdens in one hand, but in the other, my gosh, we can't just bury our head in the sand regarding evil around us and the negative influences and the downright suffering that's happening right here in our own neighborhoods, in our own nation, and yes, worldwide. So it's crucial that we all do our part to improve this state where our current world and future for our children. So once again, are you happy with the way the world is around you? Are you happy that your dollar is worth less each and every day? I mean, speaking of the dollar, are you happy with the price, all the prices at the grocery store, all of our merchandise, the freaking gas pump? Are you happy with all the different ways we're being taxed and what that money is in fact going to and what we're not even in the know of? Are you happy with a government body that has had zero accountability, that lies to our face, and is 100% oppressive to our God-given rights and our constitutional rights? I'm not. And we shouldn't, to ensure we're able to even continue to practice religion or a belief and our freedom and freedom of speech. Like, guys, it's a lot easier to fight for the freedoms we still have than get back the freedoms we've lost. And you can look throughout history on that very important truth and life lesson. Are you guys happy with how effective evil has been literally demonizing human beings based on skin pigmentation, and how effective that has been creating all this division amongst all of God's children? It's sick. In fact, what evil has effectively done in all these platforms, and yes, government bodies are a part of this movement, and the war machine known as mainstream media has also, and all these bought out, owned, infiltrated social media platforms are as well. And they're doing it in this most sick, effective way. We don't even need to dive into it. Are you happy with that? Does that feel good to you? Are you happy with this toxic ideology that has infected the minds of so many and now has grown ass men wearing woman face and beating on our women on the world stage in so many different arenas? This is unacceptable. This is, it's so many things. But are you happy with that? Evil's kind of infiltrated the minds of so many where it's like, oh, well, what about they're getting so caught up in things. It's just toxic. Now, I ask these questions because one of the things I didn't even really realize kicking this platform off was that the challenge it was going to be to fill this chair. Because every day I'm out there walking, going through my days, and I'm running into people that love to run their mouths. It seems like everyone is on board trying to seek change for the better in this world. And they'll talk your ear off, which is great, seemingly in that moment, and is having an effect. But when it comes to, it seems when it comes to taking action, hey, put your money where your mouth is, or take action, let's have a bigger impact. I don't know, for lack of better words, there's been a level of cowardice. I get excuse after excuse after excuse. Sure, I get we're all busy. But the thing is, you could spend that time, and you have no problem spend that time with me on a personal level, and then the guy next to me on a personal level, and all throughout your day. But to actually take action, like, what is it? Are you scared to come on this platform? Are you scared to associate your face to, I mean, you're already doing it. Like, what is it? And it's been extremely alarming to me because it's like, no wonder things have deteriorated to the level it has because evil wins when good men do nothing. And that goes for the women too. But when it comes to warfare, come on, men. There's more responsibility on our shoulders. And this is fifth generation warfare. No doubt. If you're like, nah, you're just weaponizing words on, then you're blind. I'm sorry, but look around you. You need to source information better, and it's just not. It's fifth generation warfare. It's not what we're accustomed to. But this is for the hearts and the minds, like all these things. And this list could go on and on. Is to, are you happy? Like with what's happening with your children in schools, in the indoctrination, all the way like with CRT, all sorts of just shenanigans from elementaries, pornographic materials in elementaries, and what's even happening on the majority of college campuses. Um, it's sick. It's sad, but it's beautiful in the sense we have an opportunity to improve things, make things better. Let's seize that opportunity. But anyway, back to getting people on. It's like I just keep getting all these excuses. I mean, I'll travel. I'll travel to you if you want your voice to be heard because there's more steps we could be taking. Help us get organized. Now, please understand. Yes, I'm trying to have a triggering, uniting, like positive effect. And if guilt is welling up within you, I mean, don't take it out on me. Maybe I'm saying some truthful things. Evil would have you, oh, I'm never listening to this man again. I'm never, who is he to tell me what to, if we don't start fighting back fire with fire, and getting as loud and as effective, and I mean, pulling the rug out with it from underneath evil and exposing it for what it is. Like, man, what do you expect? Because the reality of it is, I'm seeing everyone out there. It's more so just whining and complaining at the point grown men aren't willing to show up, put forth the effort, take extra steps, and actually take action. It's just whining and complaining. What is that really doing on an individual basis? Now it's important we do, but we need to get organized. We need to do calls to action. We need to support one another in additional ways we haven't in the past. So let's start moving the needle in the right direction, and let's start fixing all these things we're not happy with. And we do have that. We can have the impact necessary to instill the changes. So let's do that. Can you tell I'm a little flustered? I've had so many people drop out, so many people just give me excuse after excuse after excuse. And it's just like, I get there can be more effective things to do with your time, but even the reality of it is, I can see with these individuals, a lot of them, they're not even being truthful with me nor themselves about it. Because this is like at the point, if I can't even travel to where you're at, we could do things remotely. Let's get on the call, or I'll just start recording the call we already had about this. And then when it comes down to it, they can't do it. Anyway, I'm trying to morally grasp in a way. Like, I'm not trying to have a negative, guilty effect. I'm trying to light the fire within ourselves and underneath our butts to take these additional steps. I believe in you, each and every one of you. I truly do. How can we get rid and destroy once and for all pride and our ego? Because it's the pride and ego side of things. If the words I'm saying are having a triggering effect, it means there's something that's resonating, strumming a truthful chord. Something's resonating. Now, your pride and ego potentially could get in the way is to creating a fissure between you and I, and that's ineffective. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. Evil would want that to happen, where we're not effectively uniting. So once you get rid of pride and ego, and it's like, you know what? There's each and every day, there's something additionally I could do for everything, from my mental health, from my physical health, financial, business, but also the state of affairs around us. And my gosh, if we don't do this sooner versus later, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's not a competition, but I've already invested thousands of dollars into this whole adventure. Putting everything, even my life, on the line in a ways to really fight back and try to expose, like, a lot of this information and things I've come across and the way I see how things are. I mean, it's wild. I don't see at this point. You know what? We won't even go there. Guys, we can do more. Support me. Let me do the heavy lifting. This platform do the heavy lifting. Share this platform. Support $1 or $2 to this platform. Show up. Commit to a time and be here. Think about it selflessly for a while. And this is what's wild. And I don't get it. The individuals and grown men that have the most to gain coming on a platform such as this, that have private businesses and all sorts of things, it's like pulling teeth. It feels like getting them on here. Now, I know we're not the biggest, and it's not going to be an overnight success for them kind of just by showing up once, but they have the most to gain out of everyone, and they're not showing up. So if your gains isn't what is going to appeal, then can we please set that down and focus on the selfless nature to what you could do? Wouldn't it be worth coming on here, sharing some of your feelings, your thoughts, maybe your calls to action, things that you see would improve the world around us, and it be worth your time coming on here and sharing that and kind of grasping the view I've even had where you could have 1,000 haters. Haters are always going to hate, but we're all visiting. But if you help one individual, just one individual, even if it's for the day, isn't that worth your time? Won't it be more than one? Think about it. Reach out to us. Would love to have you on. Everyone's got their spark, their gift, their light that's going to have that positive impact. Let's really fire things up. Let's ramp things up. Let your voice be heard. Don't just be a mouthpiece out there whining and complaining. Take little steps. Take action. And we would love to have you on. Reach out to unmuzzledchat@gmail.com or any of our socials. Drop me a private message. We could exchange credentials and have you by. And we could do this remote. We could do this anonymously. If you're afraid of getting doxxed at your job, personally, I'd say let it happen. Let this employer expose themselves, and we'll expose it here that they made these decisions. And I'm confident that things will work out for you. We would work our darndest to get you in a better position, in a more blessed position in this life than an employer that doesn't share the same morals and values as you, that's suppressing your spark, your light. Guys, we can do this. I know we can. Now, I know I'm kind of just a repetitive wheel here today, but I just want to ignite that spark. Help us. Thank you for joining this rant of Are You Happy? And I'm still happy. I'm very blessed. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited for the opportunity to fight this battle and leave things off better than they currently are. Let's all do our part. Love you guys. Take care.